Lovely. I'm just going to start, guys, with a little shoulder warm up on your feet. We're going to go right hand 10. Let me put this up a little higher. 10 circles backwards. And really work into that range. So getting as big a circle as you can. I always like to imagine I'm standing next to a wall. So I have to reach back and my arm is not swinging out to the side. So nice and controlled, reaching into that circle as you move around. Once you've done 10 backwards, take it to the other arm. 6, 7, 10 seems like a lot, but it's good to get us nice and warm. 9 and 10. All right, back to our first arm for forward arm swings. 1, 2, 3. And as I said, I'm reaching up and over and then down to the floor as I make those circles. So I can actually feel a little bit of fatigue building in my shoulder. 8, 9, and 10, and then the opposite arm. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely, guys. Shake it out. We're going to go 2 arms together. So this will limit your range a little bit, but nonetheless, I want you to really pull back with those circles. So start with fingers reaching down, forward as much as possible. Big shrug up, open and wide on the way down for 10. 2. Sorry. That's okay, Comfort. You can just jump on. So guys, really try to pull those shoulders back as you make your way down and around. Really nice. And that idea that someone's pulling you off the ground, so big reach to the sky. Lovely. And you guessed it, guys, we're going forward after that. So this time, reaching down as far as you can, pull those arms back as far as you can before you bring them up and over and forward and down. Nice deep breaths as you do so. Today we're going to work a little bit on finger control and shoulder stability in our handstands.
Exciting.
Yeah, and there's something for everybody. There'll be progressions for each of the different ones. So
Fun. Sorry, I'm going to mute myself. I'm probably very loud here.
You're all right, Philly. A little interaction's always nice, so you don't feel like you're talking to yourself. I'll bring it this way. All right, guys, once you're done, jump onto your mats with me. Hands and knees. All right, so our shoulders are going to start stacked directly over our wrists, and I'm just going to go for 5 circles. So I'm going to lean or shift over to my right, then push forward over my fingertips, leaning to my left, and then my shoulders can come back slightly behind my wrists. You can take as much weight onto those hands. If you want to bring your knees a bit closer, so you can really lean forward and feel the weight into the different parts of your hands as you circle. So slow and controlled. Think about gripping the ground with your fingertips. 5 in one direction and then 5 in the other. Lovely. A little bit tough on the wrists, but again, you can control how much weight you do with your knees. Lovely. Just sit back onto your heels then for me. Take your hand out in front, fingertips to the floor. With the opposite hand, apply a little pressure and then push through the shoulder. So we get a nice counter stretch through our forearm and around the top of our wrist. So my palm is facing toward me here. Lovely, guys. Just for 10 seconds, then you're going to take your fingers up to the sky. Again, place the hand on for a little bit of pressure and push through the heel of your hand for 10 seconds. Lovely, and switch hands. So arm out in front, fingers down. I'll let you do your own little counts of 10. Make sure the shoulders are down and back here, not shrugged up. And fingers up. Lovely, guys. Back onto our hands and knees. This time we're going to do side to side shifts and we're going to push into our first knuckle. So we're going to rock over and I'm going to push my first knuckle down into the ground to lift the palm of my hand off. I'll show you guys this way. And in doing so, guys, I'm going to lean, so I've got a good bit of weight in my hands, and then I'm going to push. And as I push down, that's what's going to move my shoulders to the side. So just give me a couple of reps there. So rather than leaning with your shoulders, think about initiating the movement through your hand. So start by applying pressure down through your first knuckle, and that should kind of push you over. Good, just the first knuckle comfort, not the fingertips yet. So just this part of your hand, this is your first knuckle. I want it to stay on the floor. Yeah. Nice, guys. All right, shake it out, just sit back, interlock the hands, roll them left to right. We're going to do that again, and now we're going to take it to the fingertips. So hopefully you guys can see me. So again, I'm on all fours. I'm leaning forward so I can really feel weight down through my hands. We got nap time wrong again today, so I have a very active puppy. From here, guys, I'm going to push through my hand. Okay, Libby, out of the way for the demo. I'm going to push through my hand all the way up to my fingertips and back down. And again, I'm initiating that movement through my hand. When you get all stability, you can kind of lift the hand to tip the fingertips. Let me give him something. Any dog owners, you can understand. Get. Lovely, guys. So you're shifting the weight completely over this time. And I'll do it again for you. So shifting all the way over and taking your fingertip. And we're going to do this in the plank in a minute. So feel the stability on that one arm. Very nice. Strong arm on the ground. Lovely. It might be better if I face you guys. So pushing. Lovely. All right, when you've done enough, guys, just sit back. We're going to shake the wrists out this time. Shake them left to right and up and down. Okay, and we're going to try that again. You only have to do a couple of reps here because it's going to be tough in your plank position. So I'm going to come onto my toes this time. I'm going to push over and see if I can come to my fingertip and push it back to the opposite side. All right, so essentially you're coming into a one-arm plank with the fingertip. Body stays in a nice tight hollow. Tuck the tailbone under, keep your abs crunched. You feel your abs working in this one. Lovely, and it's a very slow, controlled shift. Really nice, guys, super control. Very nice, Jackie. To make it easier, you can take your feet further apart. To make it more challenging, take feet together. So it'll be a little bit harder for your balance. Very nice, guys. As I said, just do as many as feels good, or you can break them up. And then for a little bit of a change today, we're going to go right into some kick-ups after this. All right, I know you guys can all do kick-ups. I'm going to ask you to work off the wall just for the warm-up. We're just doing little kick-ups. So the first thing we're going to do actually involves no kick-up. I want you guys to focus on your good start position, so your lunge position. We will start by hands by our side, but as we come to the floor, I want you to focus on scooping those arms forward and up all the way to a full open shoulder angle. So the goal of this exercise, guys, is to get into a full open shoulder and not hit the floor when we have this closed angle. All right, so I'm going to do a little demo. All we're working on is the hands this time. So I'm starting here, I'm going to reach them up and come to the floor and push myself back to my start position. All right, so reach them through to the floor and back. So I'm keeping my front leg on the floor, just pushing and back up again. So I want you to give me 5 reps working to open those shoulders, strong arms on the floor so that you can push yourself back to your standing position. Push yourself back up, good. Try not to come off the front foot just yet, guys. I want you to work on strong arms and pushing yourself back up. It is difficult because you don't have any momentum, but it's good practice for strength in the upper body. Very nice, guys. Just 5 reps and we'll progress it then. So now we're going to take just a very small couple of inches kick off that front foot. And again, guys, the main focus is that we're getting that open position and that push through so we're not collapsing onto the hands. All right, so this time I'm getting ready, reaching, push up. And I should be able to return with my arms by my side if they're strong and I'm pushing through those fingers. So again, reach, open shoulder, one leg up, and push strong back to your start position. You can do 5 to 10 reps, guys. I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes. Good, so a key indicator here, if we're going sloppy in the upper body, is if we're finding it difficult to get back to our start position with our arms up by our ears. So big push back. How you doing, T? Nice, Alex. That's better on the return.
I'm looking at Donal. I did give it one attempt, but I swear to God, my fucking hamstrings are killing me.
Are they?
Yeah. So I think I'll just enjoy all of everyone else trying.
Give it honestly, T, because remember, just even if it doesn't feel like a good rep, this practice will lead to something.
Okay. I'll go back to the wall.
Comfort, watch the shoulders. They're a bit closed and that's why you're falling through. So really open them up. All right, guys, we're going to progress it one more and then we'll move on from this, but we'll come back to it later. So I want you to think about coming to a hollow position on this next one. So you're going to try and bring your feet together. I'll go higher with my camera. So I'm looking for a toe touch in the air. Very same thing. I'm going to pick up 1, 2, but I'm staying in a hollow position. My feet are not going anywhere near vertical or overarching. So big kick up, 1, 2, and back down again. Okay. Off the wall if you can. If you need it there for safety, but your feet shouldn't be going near the wall yet. I want you to think of a floating hollow position, nice tension in the body, more hollow for me, Philly. Good, don't worry about getting to a handstand. Get out of that habit, Donal. Forget the wall is there right now. Nice, Jackie. Alex, see if we can get feet together, so lengthen that second leg. Good, T. Nice, guys. That'll get you all nice and warmed up. You can break it up. I'll give you about another minute and a half to practice. Remember, open shoulder, guys. You want to fully extend those shoulders and then push through.
Jen, it's really hard without the wall.
It's good practice though, Comfort.
Yeah, I tried a few last week.
We'll go to the wall later after this. Very nice, guys. All right, take a break for me. We're going to strip it back a little bit and we're going to work on a drill that's just going to help you control that shoulder angle. So even if you are in handstand and you feel like your shoulders are closing or your shoulders are moving over your hands, how we can work to open them back up again. So we're going to start in a down dog position for the first progression. So you simply come into your down dog position. Try and get that open shoulder angle, and then I just want you to lean forward. So this is the position that we can get into when our shoulders come forward and our shoulders close. I want you to press into your fingers, which is going to push you back. Okay? So I want you to think about initiating this movement with your fingers. And how I'm doing that is I'm gripping, which is going to pull me forward, and then I'm pressing down to push my shoulders back. So just see if you can kind of initiate that movement by pressing the pads of your fingers into the floor. So when you grip and pull your fingertips towards you, that will pull your shoulders forward. And when you press your fingertips down and forward, that should send your shoulders back. So let's go for 10 reps. Should be a small movement. You're just looking at maybe moving the shoulders like a foot distance forward and back. Very nice. And when you're trying to open again, try to control it with the fingertips. Nice, T. Super work. All right, guys, I'll let you rest. We can practice that one again, or your next option is to take yourself into a L position, either with knees or feet on a chair or bench, or you can use the wall if you don't have a chair or bench. So I'll show you both. So I'm going to start this with my knees on a bench. All right, I'm in this position. I'm going to have to lock him out. Out you go, Lily. Oh. Okay, so I'm in this position, and the very same thing. I'm going to grip my fingers to pull me forward and then push to get me open again. All right, you can take a little bit more space if you need to get your head through. All right, if that feels good, I can come up onto my toes, take my hands a little bit forward, pull myself forward and push myself back. Forward and back. And if you don't have this, guys, you can just pop the feet on the wall, and the very same thing with bent knees. Okay, so I'll let you guys find your setup. You can try both variations if you need. About 3 reps, guys, and you'll need to take a break. Nice, T, good setup. And it's not too difficult with feet on the wall either, other than the stamina it takes to be holding yourself upside down. Very nice, guys. So let's think of doing 3 by 3 here. 3 sets and then 3 forward and back movements each time. Yes, Teesh, getting some strength in there.
I don't really understand this.
Okay, so which is totally normal, Philly.
I
Like,
just feel like I'm up and just like moving just so I'm moving. I
which
don't,
is which is fine, because even for me, it took a long time to understand how much of a role the fingertips actually play.
yeah.
But if you're not really getting it just yet, don't worry, it does take some practice. If I was to give you guys a little demo here, so I'm gripping with my fingertips, pulling myself forward and then pushing myself back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like, even when I do it, I'm like, are my fingers doing that or am I doing it? But just the action itself, and even, I mean, even moving through different shoulder positions is good for awareness. Good, so slightly forward and then through, lovely. So as you're moving forward, if you can think that you're pulling yourself with your fingertips and then push into the ground to push your shoulders back. If nothing else, guys, you're getting good strength and endurance in the shoulders with this. So I guess what you could say, this is slightly, well, it's new and slightly more kind of advanced handstand practice, which we're definitely getting towards.
Shane, is it a pike on your fingertips?
Is it a pike on your fingertips? What do you mean?
You know, where we do a pike where we come out and push ourselves back in.
Yeah. Oh, so like the pike push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a similar movement. You know the way we come forward and down and then up and we press back. So it's that same movement kind of without the push-up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So what we're going to do is just one more drill. And it's the wall angled handstand, which everybody can do. And then we're going to have a little bit of playtime at the end where we kick up and we can use the wall. All right. So again, the part that makes this less fun, Philly, is it's actually tough work. You get up there and you've done like 2 reps, you're like, oh God, I'm dead. And then you just want to quit. But
No strength at all. I have no strength.
it's great. I mean, I always wonder why my upper body strength kind of, I mean, it's way stronger than my lower body. But I just put it to spending time in handstands and cartwheels growing up and then gymnastics. So this is really, really good strength work for your shoulders regardless.
Teresa is such a mom. She's sweeping after herself.
All right, guys. So wall angled handstand. We spent loads of time doing these. So I know you guys are good at them. Depending how close you bring your hands is up to you, however comfortable you feel. So starting your down dog, take a big step up. I'm going to take my hands maybe just to here for now. So I think I'm in a straight line. I'm going to come forward, which is a little scary, and then push back. I'm going to come forward and push back. All right, if I feel confident, I can bring my hands almost a foot from the wall, push forward, and then see if I can get my head and chest to the wall. Push forward, head and chest to the wall. Okay. Key thing here, guys, for safety, please come down before you get too tired. If you stay up that 1 rep too long, you may not have enough energy or strength to walk yourself out safely. So look at doing 2 or 3 reps and then down you come. You can see even me. Now my fitness and my breath, I can blame it on being pregnant, is definitely way down. But even after a demo, I'm like, whew, that was tough. Very nice. So I'm going to keep eyes on. Nice, Alex. And this is really good for mobility of the shoulders as well. Good, T. Lift the hips, T. Lift the belly button up to the spine. There you go. And if you feel a bit frustrated with this today, guys, you're like, oh, I don't even get what I'm doing. Totally normal, kind of part of anything new that we can try sometimes. We'll revisit it. And just like all the other things we've worked on, look at the progression you guys have made. So
Am I supposed to be pushing up on the fingers?
no, your hands will stay flat on the floor, Alex.
Just
But I'm just saying that you're going to apply pressure down to the pads of your fingers.
right.
Can you see this action here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, some people in handstands will have a big knuckle bend, depending on how flexible their knuckles are. Mine are not very flexible, so I'm pressing down. It might not look like my knuckles are even bent, but I'm still applying force down through the pads of my fingers. And everybody's kind of different. Nice, Philly. Super. And just the awareness, guys, of the closed shoulder angle moving into an open shoulder angle is really good. And what I'll say to you guys, if you want to practice that a couple more times, you can. If not, I'm going to bring you just to some playtime. We're going to do some kick-ups back to wall with some floater. So scissor legs, and I'll just do a quick demo of that. I'll put my screen right up there. So bringing yourself about a foot away with your hands from the wall. Okay, so one leg is straight up, and just see if you can do some very gentle leg kicks. Even I'm landing very heavy there, so I'm off balance. Then maybe see if you can touch your feet in your handstand position and get a little bit of time balancing out here. And the worst that can happen, you come back to the floor. I'm wrecked. You're up.
Jane, did you say your hands were about a foot from the wall? Like not too close?
Yeah, so wherever feels comfortable. So between my fingertips and the wall, I probably had about a foot space maximum. If you go too close, you feel like you're going to fall off. And you don't want to be too far because you'll be very overarched. So about a foot is good. So when you're in, so you have one leg on the wall, guys, that's for balance. The other leg you should be imagining is in that straight handstand line. And then when you do go to do your leg switches, slow and controlled. I can't emphasize that enough. So it's not like a
Jane, I was just up for like 3 or 4 seconds. No, I can't get to the wall. You trained me not to go to the wall, so now I have a hard time actually reaching the wall.
Well, that's super as well. But guys, and the goal is for you guys to see if you can get some air time. And I'm looking for seconds. I mean, 5 seconds would be excellent. And as I said, guys, so it's not like a quick switch of the feet. It's a slow movement. Good, Philly. Yes, Philly, that's exactly the tempo. Look at that, and a little bit of air time. Jackie, don't be afraid to get one heel to the wall, just to give you the chance to balance yourself. Nice, Donal. Good. So Jackie, your hips are falling a little bit heavy into the wall. I just want you to squeeze your glute muscles so that your hips are lifting up rather than falling into the wall. Nice comfort.